So Mom, what's another video you think we should do one day?
Maybe a video, because I like it, of making my favorite Belgian waffles with all the toppings. The makings of my very own special recipe, thanks to Google and YouTube, for Belgian protein waffles. And in order to make these Belgian waffles extra thick and fluffy and crispy on the outside, you need to prep and get ready for the waffles. So what we're going to do is start the very first most important part, which is getting your items to be room temp. So you don't want to start with cold refrigerated items. You want your milk room temp. Apple cider vinegar is to turn this milk, which is almond milk, regular unsweetened vanilla almond milk, it's gonna turn it into a buttermilk. We've got our eggs sitting out. We need 4 of those. And then we've got 2 sticks of butters that we want to get room temp, as well as some water. So based on my own recipe, I want to have 3 cups. Like I said, it's 3 cups. This might make a full 3 cups, and if it doesn't, I can still add a little bit more milk to it. Fresh almond milk. It's not wanting me to open it, so let's just add a dab of do. Just a dab. Okay, so yeah, that's where I would like it. The next part is getting buttermilk out of this almond milk. So butter almond milk. Anyway, what I want to do is get 3 tablespoons of this. We'll whisk it together and let it sit to get to room temp. So careful with it. There's 1, 2, and just enough for a 3rd tablespoon. Is 3. Whisk it together. It'll make some more foam at the top and get room temp for probably about 30 minutes to an hour. I'd probably say an hour. So you definitely want to start this kind of thing early. It's turning into buttermilk already. I'm getting this thickness to it, but that stuff is going to sit. We're gonna let it sit. The next part of my recipe, half a cup of water sitting out, getting room temp as well. Filtered water to the measuring cup. Like I said, I'm just going to cover these items up, let these sit here and get room temp. And we'll come back probably in about 30 minutes and get started on the second half of this waffles, which is all the flour and all the goodness that goes into that flour so that you can have waffles. Keep tuning in. The good part's coming where the waffles are gonna be hot and steamy and crunchy on the outside. We're back after about an hour of letting our refrigerated mixture of almond milk with the apple cider vinegar sit and get to room temp. It's gotten a lot more frothier, but a different consistency, more of a kind of a buttery milk. I'm gonna just go ahead and stir it together. It really smells so nice, believe it or not. So I've got my 2 sticks of butter. It's been sitting out getting room temp. I like to warm it up to get it to a melting point. So I'm gonna see if it plays nice. So I'm gonna scrape this off just to get all of our butter. Yeah, I did go ahead and turn my oven on 350 to let it preheat. I'll go ahead and add this other stick in here. Nicely room temp melted butter. And by the way, this is actually plant-based country crock butter. It's a plant-based and it has olive oil in it. Yes. So these are the 4 eggs that we had earlier sitting out so that they can get room temp as well, and they are perfect room temp at this point. Like I said, in order to get that, we'll put our yolk here, our egg whites here, and we're going to whip them once we get to that step. Today we're just going to use our eggshells to help us separate it. Alright, just kind of want it to be able to be a center breaking, and we'll start with the white over here because that's what's going to come out the easiest, that egg white. So you'll see it's kind of clumpy. That yolk is trying to come out with it. It takes a little work, but you slide it over to this side. Let that yolk drop out, and there you go. But you're just trying to get out as much of the white as possible, and then I'm just gonna throw my yolk over here. So that's one. Just kind of slowly crack it, open it, see how it reacts, because it's room temp at this point. But we got another yolk. Separating it gives you such an amazing fluffy batter. You'll see. All right, so done with the eggs here. Pretty much what we're gonna do is just get these stirred up real good, get them whisked so that they're liquidy. Once the butter melts slightly, a little bit more than what it is, we'll be able to mix those two together, and then we'll move on with our dry ingredients for those items. But we're almost there. We're almost at the combining of all these incredible ingredients and having a mouthful of waffle-licious waffles. Hang tight. Put our butter in the oven. Bake on it. So we'll just do a minute, maybe 2 minutes. So in the meantime, while that's warming up, I'll go ahead and whisk these eggs together. So yeah. Just making sure that's nicely stirred up good. So the butter timer just went off because this is a Pyrex bowl. It's hot still, and I'm gonna let it sit out and it'll melt the rest of that butter that's in there. Alright, so the main ingredients for our flour base is, of course, all-purpose flour, baking powder, baking soda, cornstarch. Cornstarch is how you really get that nice crisp on the edge of that waffle. A coconut palm sugar. It is low glycemic, so I like to use it for that purpose just because it's a healthier version of sugar. Some brown pearl sugar, and of course we need a little salt. I actually put vanilla bean protein powder in my mixture just to give me that added protein, since we're vegetarian, to beef up the waffles but not have them tasting like they're anything too healthy. They're still delicious. Let's start with the flour, which is going to end up being 3½ cups. I also use the method where you spoon it off and level it in order to know that I have enough flour at the density and weight that's required. Getting my first cup. Scoop the excess that's on top off with the back of the butter knife. So here we go. I am just leveling this flour a level cup, but that's 1 cup of flour, and it goes in like that. Okay, now we need a 2nd cup, so I'm gonna go ahead and get these other 2 cups taken care of, and then we'll be back. Alright, so here's our 1/2 cup of flour. Got that done. We're going to have a cup of cornstarch added. Like I said, this is that secret ingredient so that you can get those crispy outer edges on your waffles. So yeah, got this filled up enough to where I feel like I can level it. 1 cup of cornstarch. It's getting added in here with the flour. Next, we're going to add in our vanilla bean plant-based protein powder. So I really like to pack the spoon that comes with it. The spoon comes in there. And like I said, we're doing 4 of these scoops. So that's 1. Here's our 2nd one. So that's 3, 4. Alright, so the next ingredient is baking powder. 3 tablespoons of this. That's 1, 2, 3. The next ingredient that we have is baking soda. You only need a teaspoon of that. I'm gonna pour this in, and we got our teaspoon of baking soda. Next ingredient is the coconut palm sugar. We need 3 tablespoons of that. I like to kind of fill this up a little bit just to give it a little bit more sugar. I'm just gonna put that sugar in there. It's good. I don't mind a little extra. I don't mind it. All right, let's get ready for the next ingredient. The dark brown sugar. We need 3 tablespoons of this. Pack this sugar. I like to pack it inside. Kind of forms a little bit. Sugar is going to be a good friend in this batter. All right, so we've got our 3 tablespoons of dark brown sugar. We're going to move on to our last ingredient to have as a dry ingredient for our flour mixture is salt. I like to use sea salt. It's just a lot easier on my health. So we're just gonna get us a teaspoon of it. I'm gonna level it and sprinkle this salt in there. It has its purpose and it does a good job at it. Alright, so now that we have all of our dry ingredients in the bowl, the only thing we want to do is just make sure that it's mixed up real good together. Once you get it mixed up, what you want to do is create a well in the middle of this flour inside of the bowl. A well is just the best you can do to create some sort of a hole. Once we get our liquids mixed together, we're going to pour the liquids in and then stir the flour around the liquid. We just finished getting our dry mixture together. Now we're going to start combining all of the wet ingredients together, so that part of the mixture is ready, and then we'll add that wet mixture into the well that we made in our dry ingredients. The butter had time to cool off. It's so cool that I can touch it with my hands. It is nice and melt. I'm just gonna stir this up just because. And we're just gonna add this butter that isn't hot anymore in with the eggs and mix those two together. Get those mixed in together. All right, look at that. Now that we got that done, so let's whisk that inside of here and make sure there's no goodness left behind, because our motto is no goodness left behind. Stir all this up. All one mixture, and then we're going to mix this liquid in with the dry and make that all one mixture, and we're going to end up with a nice, beautiful, fluffy batter. And like I said, this is going to be the mixture that gets poured into the well. I'm going to pour a little bit into the well and mix it as I go. Once we get this mixed in, we are going to get our egg whites whipped up. So we got our butter that ended up solidifying a little bit at the top here, but that's fine. No goodies will be left behind. You can rest assured of that. Just slowly mixing it together. So here we go with some more of this mixture. That good old butter is coming out. And it's all said and done. So adding some more and just slowly mixing this stuff in. We still have clump. Nothing is creamy and smooth yet. It will get there. That is the next step. Take your time and do this stuff in a manner that's full of care and love. Stir that in a little bit. Now it's not looking like it's giving what it's supposed to give yet, but it is going to. All right, so now we are here with our egg whites. These were separated when we cracked our egg, and these egg whites, like I said, is a key ingredient in the waffle mixture. Let's get this started. So just put it on a low speed. You don't need it up very high. Fluff this until you don't see a liquid. And there we have our whipped eggs. This is the mixture that we left. It's still clumpy. It still has bits of flour in it. So we're gonna put it in a little bit at a time, instead of stir, we are going to fold it in, slow stir in. That's more like a folding. Still looking fluffy here, but it's getting there. It's giving what it's supposed to give. I promise. All of this mixture and these fluffy egg whites mixed in together, and let it sit for about 10 to 15 minutes once it's all mixed together so that it can fluff up and rise. This is when it's really about to get fun. It's really about to get fun. We're going to give it a little stir, and then we'll be ready for the fun part, what it was all about, which is getting waffles made. Look at this batter, y'all. It is so creamy, thick. Like, this is what you call a batter. So when I said this is something like cake, and I said better than cake, this is exactly why I said that. Now here's the fun part. This is what waffles are all about. This right here is Oreos, strawberries here, my favorite, blueberries, chocolate chips here, Cool Whip as a topping, powdered sugar here, and of course, what would it be without maple syrup? The star of the show, not just the batter that we made for these waffles, but the actual waffle maker. Perfect for a family of 5, especially 3 teenagers, you know, shrimp and po' boy and the sister. But it's a double-sided waffle maker, which means that you're able to make 2 waffles at a time. It's made for toppings to be laid on top of it. Here we also have a knob. You just turn it on and choose the number that you would like, which is correlated to the darkness. I like to put it on 6 when I first turn it on to get it real hot, and then turn it down to about 4. It beeps when it's ready. It beeps when it's hot and ready for you to use it. So we're gonna go ahead and get ready to make the first set of waffles, greased up, and that way your waffles don't stick. But this is a Teflon non-stick waffle maker. They gave us this cup with this waffle maker, which is the perfect amount that's needed to fill the cavity for a waffle. So I'm just gonna take me a nice little scoop in here and getting it full, and you just pour in the center, and while it's pouring you can be scraping it, and it's gonna fill the cavities up for this particular waffle. This is going to rise. But look, this thing finna be ready, y'all. This fixing to eat.
Hey man, we waffling, we chopping, we doing the rock. Hey, ooh, smell good.
It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be crispy around the edges. And the reason why I still have it open is because it's cooking, so that I can close it without it spilling on the edges. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this down slowly. They will snap together with this waffle batter. I'm letting it kind of heat up the top a little bit before I snap it down all the way, because I kind of overfilled it. And of course, overfilling always leads to spills. Time for me to clamp it down, and look at that. No mess, no spills. And let's go ahead and turn it over. Get some of them droppings, and luckily they got a little handle on here. I love this Cuisinart set with this cup. We just fill in the middle, and it's gonna fill the cavity up, and while it's filling it up, you pay attention and you don't overfill. And we're just gonna let this sit to cook a little bit on the bottom. But then I'm gonna go ahead and look at that, we got a little bit of drizzle there, slightly, carefully. Alright, so we just smashed this one down, minimal mess. Ugh, this should be once it's ready. We got a green light here, means this top one is ready. Let's take a look, and look at that golden brown, crispy around the edges. Beautiful waffle. Ooh, it is hot, but it is so worth it. And we're gonna go and put this on a pan that has some holes in it to give it some air so that the waffle doesn't get soggy and mushy, but it keeps its crispiness because there's an airflow that allows it to dissipate the heat off of the waffle and not cause it to smother that heat down. Oh, we've got another one ready. We're gonna see how beautiful this one turned out here. Whoa, it got stuck, but look at that. Absolutely amazing. All right, we'll start with spreading a little bit of butter on these waffles. They're already nicely buttered from the batter that had the butter put on it, but this is just to give it a little bit of an extra taste. Alright, we've got these buttered up. Now let's get the plate ready. Put a nice little drizzle of syrup on the bottom just to get ready for that waffle so that it can have a little bit of syrup. Alright, dust this one with a little bit of our powdered sugar, and that makes it look so pretty. We're gonna make this waffle classic. We're gonna put some strawberries and blueberries, just a few on the bottom, and then we'll head to the top waffle. Ready for that top waffle now? We're just gonna dust it lightly with a little bit of powdered sugar. It's coming together real nicely. This is gonna be amazing. Let's go ahead and get this top waffle ready. Like I said, this is the classic waffle. It's gonna be full of strawberries, blueberries, and just a dollop of Cool Whip. Just, I mean, when I say delicious, delicious. Alright, just a little bit of syrup just to make sure we've got enough. But these waffles are going to be sweet from all that coconut sugar that we used, and it's going to be perfect paired with the fruit. That little dollop of Cool Whip. Perfect. Love it.
Alright, what's good, y'all? Shrimp the Pimp. We ain't even finna be Shrimp the Pimp this video. It's Shrimp the Chef. Alright, man. Pimp X. Here's what we got going on. We already got this batter. We put some Oreos on it because a nigga love his Oreos. Yaga! Now we finna put it on the other side. You see, you didn't get to see the full effect last time. I'm gonna show y'all how it's done. You hit that pole. 3, 2, 1. Pimpin'. Pimpin'. It look nice, don't it? It look nice, don't it? Make sure all that get out there. Yeah. You get you a little bit of that Oreo. We crush some up in a bag and whatever. And you just sprinkle it on there. You just sprinkle it on there. Then close that thing up. Just wait a second. Yaga! And you done. You're done. I had to get my chef cap on, but now we ready to get cooking. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's Sugar Pope. See, that's that chef. Shrimp the Chef came through. Alright, y'all. We on that next one. Look at it, nice and golden, bro. Like, I'm just saying, bro. Shrimp the Chef put it in. I don't know what everybody else thought they was doing, but they wasn't doing it like me. Alright. Yeah, look at that. Then you put some little butter on it. Ooh. Get you your little butter. That butter is not going on it the way I wanted it to, but that's okay. I got my stuff buttered. Look at it looking all nice and good. Flop that on there. Yeah, and we done. I'm just gonna add some syrup. We just gonna pour some syrup on there and call it a day. This is actually looking a lot darker than I think it should, but we're not gonna worry about that. Yeah, bro, we're done. That's it. Alright. That's Shrimp the Pimp. That's how you do it. That's how you get it done, man. And we moving on. Po' Boy. Yeah.
Hey everybody, it's Po' Boy. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a more mellow version of making the waffles than Shrimp how he did it. So first we're gonna start off.
What's wrong with it?
we're gonna open up the little waffle iron, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna go ahead, get our waffle batter, you know what I'm saying? I don't fill it up to the brim like my mama do. You know, she did extras. We're gonna flip it over, then we're gonna pour. It's gonna be a nice little simple. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if I need, you know what I'm saying, to add more, you know what I'm saying, because it don't look right, you know, you can always come back and go get some more, you know what I'm saying? That's the whole point, you know. Bam. This thing is already where it needs to be. Closed. Woo! And we flip it on the other side. Now, we go back again, you know what I'm saying, we dip it in. Yes, sir. Now, close it. Now, we're gonna have to go on ahead and wait. Let the stuff cool off. Then once we got it, everything good, you know, so I'm gonna put it on there and I'm gonna show you how I style mine up. The waffle maker beat. Now it's time to get my waffles. It was on this side. Oh! No! Oh! No! Okay. The waffles came out. Looked like the Terminator blew that side up, but we fine. Let's go on ahead and put this where it need to go. Alright, my waffle just tried to kill itself. Let's be careful with this one, man. Alright, the waffle look great. I'm kind of hurt. My waffle just tried to commit suicide. And yeah, that's how you save waffles. Yeah, I'm going to go butter them and then I'm going to show y'all how I top mine and stuff like that. Alright guys, so we got the waffles buttered like I wanted it. We're going to put it on the plate. Sugar. Oh, Lord. Yeah, we're gonna put it on here just like that. First thing we're gonna do, we're gonna load up on the syrup. Light little drizzle, don't overdo it. You know, so I know some diabetics out there like to overdo it. I don't. What's wrong with it? Now, once we do that, we're gonna add the toppings. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna add a little bit of Oreos, add some strawberries and blueberries. Blueberries first. Now we're gonna add strawberries. That's the last one. All right, now Cool Whip. Man, this wouldn't be good. It couldn't be possible without no Cool Whip. Now we gotta go back and go get the other one. We gotta reach back like 1, 3, like 1, 3.
Like 1, 3, like 1, 3.
We got it. Now we gotta go back and get the other. We gonna get this extra waffle. We're not gonna leave it behind. We're gonna lay that right on top. Same process. Y'all remember, sugar first. What did we do next? We added the syrup. Make sure the syrup look nice, you know what I'm saying? Next, we go back and we add the Oreos. Next, what we add? Blueberry. Y'all remember the process? The strawberries. What do we add next? Y'all know, the Cool Whip. That right there, my friend, is a waffle made by Po' Boy. Yours truly. You see what I'm saying? Make that thing look good. Good though. I swear. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Yes, Lord. We got some waffles, baby. They look good, boy. Now look at mine compared to shrimp, man. Look at mine compared to shrimp. Let me know who makes the better waffles. Okay, comment down below. Shrimp or Po' Boy.
I'm just so concerned about how much more superior mine is gonna be compared to yours.
Well, I guess that's gonna close out our video. Shout out to Mama Heat. She came through, taught everybody and us how to make waffles.
Shout out.
So if y'all wanna go make waffles just like that, watch this whole video.
Remember, if you ain't doing it like me, you ain't doing it right. It's Shrimp.
It's Po' Boy.
And we out.